For this video and others like it, I decided to use one of my older intros because the madness has to stop, man. It has to stop someplace. How you guys doing? Now, I was not gonna make this video. However, I feel it's upon me to have to make this video to say something. Now, I wasn't watching this brother's video to tell you the truth. I don't check his stuff out at all. However, you know, sometimes when you're on YouTube, most of the time when I'm on YouTube, I don't actually be watching the videos. I'll be listening to the videos. So I'll be in another screen. So sometimes I just leave it playing in the background. So sometimes Google will actually, or YouTube Google would actually put something on the playlist that you're not even interested in. So nevertheless, I'm chilling out watching or listening to a video in the background, and all of a sudden, but this brother came on with a video, brother Umar Johnson. Now, first of all, I had to skim through it. I said, well, let me see what he's talking about. So I flipped back over to YouTube. So I skimmed through the first part of it because he's talking about all kind of stuff with books and all that. So, okay, no problem. I said, let me get to the meat of what this man is trying to say. So I listened to I listened to the whole video. Now, my point of contention came right at the 25-minute mark of the video. I have the video in the description box, the link in the description box. And the reason I'm making this video is because of what I heard at that point of his video. And before I actually get into that point of contention, brother, I don't even know if you're gonna watch this video. Maybe some of your followers can tell you, hey, you might have a psychological problem. I'm not for sure what type of disorder it is that causes a person to repeat themselves, but it's freaking annoying, man. My God, you must think your audience is retarded. You have to keep repeating the same thing over and over and over again. Damn. Nevertheless, let me stay back on point. Now, as I said before, the 25-minute mark, you say in your video, which I have the link in the description box. Now you go on to say, now when you build your community in Africa or any other community, you can't come with no blonde weaves, no perms, no weaves in your hair, no non-African mates. And it's always seen when I hear you speaking, brother, it's always you against the man, because you say you can't come there with no white wives. Well, I've seen it. I just came from the grocery store last night, Walmart, and I can tell you, I was in there and I saw a lot of sisters in there with their non-African mates. I'm just saying. But it seemed like you guys were never touching that. I wonder why that is. Nevertheless, that's not what this video is about. Again, I don't begrudge anybody for what they do. You can marry a tree, it doesn't bother me. That ain't my problem. I'm just saying for some of you who out there, you know, I'm black, y'all, and I'm blackity black and all that stuff. But for some reason, y'all is beating the man down. But really easily, you have the little kid gloves with the females when they do the same damn thing. Nevertheless, I'm not trying to divide anybody. I'm just stating a fact. Okay, so you said they can't come there with no basketball, no footballs, no rims, no TVs in the headrest, no American mindset. I'm like, wait a minute, man, wait a minute. I find that a bit odd. Here's why. Because when you was raising the money, you didn't say you could only donate if you had straight hair. I mean, if you had natural hair, if you had a African mate, if you have an Afrocentric mindset, if you're about Pan-Africanism. You didn't say any of that stuff. You said donate to my school, even though it's supposed to be the people's school. You said donate to my school. So how is it then that the same people who gave you money to help fulfill your dreams, you go ahead and tell them they cannot come to this community if their hair is not right, if they don't have the right mate, if they don't have the right mindset, and they can't have basketball and football. But it's funny, you're always wearing a basketball jersey or a football jersey. I mean, how does that work, man? Brother, I'm gonna cut this video real short. But in the words of the great Charlie Murphy,
the habitual line stepper.
Really, you've been really stepping across the line a whole lot lately. A whole lot. And not many people are checking you on that. Some are checking you. But you got to stop the madness, brother. I'm not here to call you any names. That's not my style. I'm just saying you got to stop the madness. If the people actually respect you that much to give you the money, then you're saying that whatever community you build, whether it be here in America or in Africa, they can't come. I mean, that's insane to me. But nevertheless, I know there are some people who are going to still, oh no, man, you misunderstood what he was trying to say. No, I'm not misunderstanding anything. And then this whole notion about being ready to fight and die. Listen, or being afraid to, don't be afraid to lose your job. Okay, if the person does stand up and lose their job, do you have any way to help them support themselves until they can find ways to make more money to support them, their family, whether it be a next job or whatever? Do you have any way to help them? Because it's all fine and dandy to say those things, but what happens when somebody takes you serious and says, okay, you know what? He's right, he got a point. We need to stand up, and he or she makes a stand. Are you going to be there to support? Is the community is going to happen? So you know what? They made a stand. I'm going to stand with them. I'm going to get up and help them support. So whenever they lose their job, God forbid, if it comes to they have to lose their lives, you know what? I got their children, man. I'm going to go support their children to make sure that their children don't want for anything. Are you going to stand up with with those people? Or are you just going to make a video about it and say, see, that's what we need to do, brothers and sisters. You see how they stand up? We all need to stand up that way. Who the hell wants to be cannon father? Sorry about that. Who wants to put their whole lives on the line when they don't have any support? Again, it's all fine and dandy to talk about these things. But at the end of the day, if you're not organized, which I do agree with you on that part, on that point, especially from the late great Kwame Ture, Stokely Carmichael's, and he's always right about organizing. You got to organize, and that's the truth. However, we are not organized. We don't have that unity. So you put a person out there to stand up, and you know it's only going to be a few of us who's going to stand up like that. Do we have the systems in place to take care of the people who do stand up? Or we expect them to live on the street with their families? I mean, these are questions you need to ask yourself before you get emotionally engaged like that. You see, I always say, remove emotions out of the equation so you can see things clearly. But if you got your emotions involved, you're never going to see anything. I don't care what it is. If you're involved with your mate, it could be your job, it could be whatever. Your churches, your religions, anything. If you're involved with it and you're only there emotionally, you're never going to think logically. And when I hear people talking the way how you talk in this video, brother, to me it seems like you're not really fully thinking clearly. Again, I'm not calling anybody any names. That's not my style. I'm just saying that some things ain't adding up in what you're saying. So that's all I want to say. You guys can check the video out for yourself. But to me, brother,
the habitual line stepper.
And it's about time some of us start, checking you and they say, brother, no, man, you're going down the wrong road, man. What you're talking about don't make any sense. And to end it on the same point of contention, that you have people who actually took the little bit they have, because you know right now a lot of us don't have that kind of money, and donated to you. And then for you to turn around and say you can't come if you look like this, or you have this in your truck, or you're wearing basketballs or football jerseys, that to me is an insult. to the people who believe in you. That's a direct insult, and you needed to be called out on that. And that's what I'm doing right now. So at the end of the day, hey, no hard feelings, but we need to come to the point where we can tell each other, hey man, you're out of line, and then not have any hard feelings behind of it. We always saying it takes a village, right? So well, if somebody's correcting you, could just see you doing something wrong, you gotta say, you know what? Maybe I was out of line. Maybe I was out of order. I know in this day and age that anytime anybody say anything that's contrary to what we believe, all of a sudden we get into our what? Emotions. And with that, you guys take it easy.